Hi, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Esther, and today I want to share with you some of my favorite places to go to get sheet music. So I've been playing piano and violin music for over 20 years, and over the course of those 20 years I have bought a lot of music, and I'd like to share with you what are my favorite places to get music from and what are some of my favorite publishers as well. And I hope that this can be helpful for you. So today we're going to be focusing on piano sheet music and where my favorite places are to get music from. So first of all, let's start with everybody's favorite, free music. So where can you go to get some free music? My favorite place to go for that is called IMSLP. So IMSLP has just thousands and thousands of pieces that have been uploaded, and they're all public domain. So that just means that the music is no longer under copyright anymore. And so these pieces are, as you can imagine, mostly in the classical genre. So ranging from like early classical to some of the romantic era and early contemporary composers. Now next, let's talk about some of my favorite publishers when I'm going to look for piano music. Pretty much all of these you can now find on Amazon. So if you just go onto Amazon and you search for these different publishers, you will likely find music that you can purchase through Amazon. So for me, Amazon tends to be the easiest way to buy music now. But if you prefer to go through the actual publisher, you can go through their website, or you can go to a site like JW Pepper, which is an excellent place also to find sheet music of many different genres, and you can purchase from there. So I also have used JW Pepper quite a bit in the past, and they had really great customer service and quick shipping times. So first of all, Schirmer Publishers is a really good one. I'm going to show you an example here, and you can find all types of different piano works with Schirmer Publishers. So Schirmer tends to have nice printing quality, as you can see, and it's spaced out nicely, so it's not too small, not too big, and is laid out really nicely. And usually they have finger markings and dynamic markings and everything put in for you, so it's very easy to follow along. Alfred Publishers is also a great one to go with. So Chopin Nocturnes, and again, similar to Schirmer, the layout is very nice, printing quality is nice. These books last for a long time. I think this particular book is probably at least like 15 years old, something like that. So this is also a nice high quality one to go with. Now, if you're looking for kind of like a cheaper option that still is pretty decent quality, Dover Publishers often has some really great piano books available. So here's an example of Dover Publishers. This is the Beethoven Sonatas, and when you open it up and look at it, as you can see, the printing is just slightly smaller and a little bit more is on each page compared to the Schirmer and Alfred Publishers. Still has good layout, and it still has all of those dynamic markings and fingerings and those same elements that Schirmer and Alfred have in the scores as well. A lot of times the Dover books, you just get a ton of music in one book for a very, very reasonable price. So that's one of the perks of Dover Publishers. And I didn't do it with this book, but I have with other books. If you bind your own books, like you just go to the printing shop and have them bind it for you, these books also will last forever. So that's another little tip if you want to make these books last a little bit longer. Now, if you're looking for scores that are going to be completely original and basically no added markings from what the composer originally put into the music, you'll want to get an Urtext score. So Urtext just means that the score has been reproduced in the original form as close to the composer's original intent as possible. My personal favorite is the Henley Verlag editions. So these books are blue, and I'll show you right here what that looks like. And you can find these also on Amazon for a very reasonable price. And I have specifically bought these when I was buying music by J.S. Bach. Now, if you're a beginner or an intermediate level piano player and you're looking for some graded piano books, so books that start from a lower level and then move incrementally up as you increase in your level of piano playing, two of my favorites for this type of music are, first of all, the Royal Conservatory of Music Publishers, or RCM. And they are my absolute favorite for compiling music from the classical era all the way to modern day composers. Just a very varied selection, and then also lots of different things in terms of technique and different skills along the way that are important for you to learn as a piano player. You can order their books through Amazon, but they're actually a little bit more expensive, I've found, on Amazon. And if you just buy directly through their website, that is one of the best ways to buy their music. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that their first level, so their level 1, is what I would consider to be a late beginner or an early intermediate piano player. So my other favorite publisher for graded materials for piano is Faber & Faber, and they have excellent resources. If you're truly a beginner on the piano, Faber & Faber has some great books that have nice songs to play. They have technique books and theory books and song books and Christmas books, sacred songs books, jazz books, all types of things. So whatever music you're interested in, they have excellent resources for that. And on their website, if you're trying to figure out which level you're at, you can just go onto the website, look at each level, and see what it is that you need to know in order to play the songs at that level. So they're very, very helpful, wonderful publishers. I love Faber & Faber also. Now, if you're looking for a resource where you can just go online and download PDFs of sheet music, a great resource for that is sheetmusicplus.com. Now, if you go onto sheetmusicplus.com, they have tons of different materials available on there, including some of the ones that I've already mentioned, like Faber & Faber and so on. But they also have a huge selection of modern and pop songs as well. They have thousands and thousands of options. One last resource I want to talk about that I have personally found extremely helpful is called Scribd. Now, Scribd is a digital library that's primarily for ebooks and audiobooks. So me and my husband are big readers. We love to read, and we also love reading to our kids. So this is something that we use constantly for just our regular reading and audiobook listening. But on top of that, Scribd also has a ton of sheet music that is available if you have a subscription. So I've found all types of different music through Scribd. We have a lot of Hal Leonard publishers, which tends to have a lot of pop piano music and rock or jazz, more modern type things. And then also they have a lot of the Faber & Faber books, they have Alfred books, and they have a lot of different options as part of their digital library. So I've used that as well quite a bit, especially if you're looking for beginner and intermediate music. They don't have so much for the advanced player, but they do have a lot for beginner and intermediate players. So for what it offers through all the audiobooks and ebooks, articles, and then also the sheet music, Scribd has a really reasonable pricing. So if you're interested in that whole bundle, definitely you can check that out, and that is at scribd.com. I'll be linking everything that I've talked about today below as well, so you can check it out down there. So I know that was a lot that I mentioned today, but I hope that was helpful in terms of just giving you ideas of where to go if you're looking for piano sheet music to play. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I do check those comments, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. If you guys enjoyed this video today, go ahead and like down below, and you can subscribe to this channel for weekly content on learning the piano, learning the violin, and making great music.